Hi YouTube, this is the Crazy CNC guy, Lee, and I'm here to do a shameless plug for an extension for FreeCAD that I added, which is a parametric array for the sketcher, as well as some CAM tools. But let's go ahead and just get into the sketcher part of it. Okay, so what I've done is I've included a link in the description on how to get to my Github repository for the FreeCAD CAM extensions, and here we are. Once you get to that, click on code, click download zip, save it to wherever you save it to, and make sure you remember where that is. Hit save. Once it's downloaded, open up that folder and extract here. Bloop bloop bloop. Alright, so now we have the repo locally on your system, and we want to do a couple things, right? We need to run this deploy to FreeCAD PS1 file, so we want to open up FreeShell in this location in our directory. So the way to do that is go to your Windows, type in power, and PowerShell should pop up, and you want to run it as administrator. Click yes. This is going to be at the system root, but we want PowerShell to be in this directory. So click in your address bar, click Control C to copy the address, click back into your PowerShell and type CD for change directory, and then Control V to paste. So we are now in this directory, and if we scoot this to the side and we over here type dir to list the directory, we can see CAM, Common, Design, Sketcher. These are all our folders up here, resources. Okay, so at this point, then if you're following along in the GitHub installation, you can just copy this, hit Control C, and then over here Control V and hit enter. This will install the extension in the right folders in the installation you have of FreeCAD 1.1 point anything. This will only work with 1.1 currently for the installation. Alright, that has been done. We can close the PowerShell. We're going to do two other things. We're going to go into Resources, Icons, and we're going to copy all that, hit Control C. We're going to go back up the chain, and let's just paste these right here. Okay? Those are still highlighted, and we also want to control click on the parametric array FC macro file. Now we're going to hit Control copy again, and we're going to copy these to the proper macro folder in our FreeCAD installation roaming folder. Let's go ahead and open a new I'm going to right click on local disk C, open a new window. I'm going to scooch this over. I'm going to type app data in percent signs, backslash, start typing FreeCAD, and I'm going to see what's in that folder. There we go, version 1-1. In this version 1-1, we need to add a macro folder here. So hit new folder, type macro, enter, double click into that, and hit paste. And now you should have all of your SVG files and your macro in that folder. Alright, let's click off of this I think we can close this too. And then we open up FreeCAD. And once we've opened up FreeCAD, if it's the first time you're opening FreeCAD, make sure that you're set to the system units and navigation style that you like, and click enter. If you get this screen initially, then you've already opened FreeCAD before. Select Parametric Body. Let's add a new sketch. I'm going to drag this over and put it in here. I'm adding a new sketch. I'm going to click on that plane. And I'm going to start looking around and going, wait a minute, where is my array tool? What's this? What is this? I'm missing something. So let's click out of Sketcher and let's go up to Macro and look in Macros. We are just verifying that this parametric array.fcm macro exists in this folder. It does, so we can hit close. Now we're going to go up to Tools, Customize. We're going to go to Macros. We're going to select the macro. If there's more than one macro in the macro folder, it'll show up here. But we're going to create a new button for this particular macro. In menu text, I'm going to write parametric macro. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it in tooltips. Now I'm going to go to my choose an icon button, and I don't have my icons in this folder yet, so I want to add a folder, and I want to go to that macro folder that I added to the app data roaming FreeCAD file or directory. So percent app data percent backslash FreeCAD. We can just highlight that, go into the version 1.1, go into macro and hit select folder and then hit OK. Now, did it add? It did add icons at the bottom here, and I'm gonna select an icon that I've made for this, and then I'm gonna hit add. So now in macros we have this parametric macro tool available, easy peasy. So we go back to toolbars. Are you following me? Click on Sketcher because it's a Sketcher tool, and we want to add a new toolbar, and we're going to call it Array Tools. Click OK, highlight that. We want to go to Category, Macros, and here is our tool. So we highlight that, and then we add it to our Array Tools custom menu. Hit close. Okay. So now we want to add a new sketch. I like looking at this model layout here. This sketch has already been made, right? So why don't we just double click into that and look here. I don't know what this is, but I see this tool here, parametric macro. All right. Let us, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. There we go. Those are our constraints, and I use this one a lot too. So I'm going to take this one and just put it there, and it'll slide over. Perfect. Okay, so here's the tool that I'm excited to show you shamelessly. If I click on a rectangle, and I make a rectangle 2 inches by 2 inches and then hit enter. I now have a fully constrained sketch and I'm in the rectangle parameter. So I'm going to right click to get out of that, and I'm going to highlight that base geometry, and I'm going to select my create parametric array, and it comes in with some preloaded numbers. So let's say the gap, I'm going to have 3 rows, 3 columns. I'm going to have 9 squares, and I want them 1 inch apart. So I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to hit create array. It has now created a parametric array so that I can come in here, double click on the initial geometry and change one of those constraints, and it will update all the rest of the constraints. So let's go to 5. So now I have this array that can be padded or extruded in the program. Let's add a circle that is not constrained to any location. It's a 1 inch circle. Right click to clear, highlight the base geometry, and click on the array. I'm just going to use the preset settings, and I'm going to click add array. Now watch this. They are constrained to each other, but you can move it around. So if you wanted to lock this down, you simply have to constrain this first circle to the origin. And to do that, add a couple dimension constraints. 16, 11, boom. Now it's fully constrained. And you can't drag this around anymore. But what you can do is change this to a 1.5 inch circle, and it updates all of them. Now let's say you wanted to change the spacing between the parts. That way that tool is utilizing the same array tool again. Click on your base geometry, click on the array tool, and now it's an update array button that you have. So now you can add a 3 inch spread between the centers, and then click update array, and now it has 3 inch centers for all of your circles. Alright, thank you. I really hope that you enjoy this tool. The power of this is that now you can close this and select your sketch and add a pad, and you now have the power to create arrays of parts. And if you had to, you can go back into this sketch and change the array. Boop. Update array. So now you have 4 columns and 3 columns and 4 rows. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like this. I hope you find it useful and helpful. You'll notice that as soon as I updated the sketch and then I went out of the sketch, the pad now affects all of the base geometry from that sketch. Fantastic. If this is useful and helpful, please like and subscribe. Be sure to download and use this. Show me how you use it in the comments. And I'll put a link to my Patreon as well. And I'll show you how to use this in production methods for large scale CNC as well. All right, everyone. Have a great time. See you. Bye.